Good day to you. Thanks so much for joining in this lovely sessions created on this online platform. Welcome. My name is Fiona from Rensburg, and I'll be discussing the spiritual journey to reaching your highest and greatest human potential. Welcome. So let's look at what does that entail. Most often it is taking the road less traveled. So where do we usually find ourselves? Like sheep following the examples set by us in the past. So that is mostly a 3D reality, a 3D way of doing things. And as we grew up, we went to school, and then there we got taught that we don't know. We are not in the knowing. We don't know anything, and you should seek the answers outside of yourself, and you should always ask, and you get told what to do, who to do it with, where to go, where not to go. And there's a lot of disempowering that happens during schooling. That's the old system from the time that we come from. And we tend to give our power away, and we look onto others, especially elders or so forth, or parents, and what do you think I should study? Oh, you should study this. And most of the times it's either unfulfilled dreams of the parents where they guide you to something that they never got to study. Their dreams are that they haven't fulfilled, and you tend to walk into that. Or it is, father was a doctor, we are doctors, we should all be doctors, and or lawyers, or any of those professions that are seen as worthy of pursuing. Or you tend to not have had the opportunity to study, and then carry the burden of, oh, if only I studied, then I could have become something. And we tend to use these crutches and say, okay, so only those that have studied is worthy, only those with this is that. And we put certain labels and expectations of it. So we look onto others, or these days, as people do, they look on Facebook, oh, this and this and this makes people happy. Look, their smiley faces. And you tend to think, when you have a corporate job and you have 2.5 kids, and you're married and you have a house, then you're happy. Look at all the happy faces. And most of the times, people, that's not what makes people happy. It is like, I also studied the degree that my father suggested that I should study, because he never studied anything. And then I went and started working in the corporate. I climbed the corporate ladder until I reached just underneath the CEO level, and I realized my soul is dying here. This is not what makes me happy. This is not why I came here. Something's wrong with this picture. That was just before I turned 30, and I realized I'm in a loveless relationship, marriage. I got divorced, I changed careers, and I changed house all in the same year. But it was my wake-up call. And usually we get to that wake-up call just around a catastrophe happening, either like a divorce or death of a spouse or something like that, or loss of job, or illness, or something major that happens that shakes us and wakes us up. And it is for us then to sit back and to do introspection. So how you get to follow and become and reach your highest and greatest human potential is to, one, know yourself. And lots of people don't know themselves because they thought, the world expects me to be this, so let me change and let me not be this, and because this is what makes the world happy. The world is expecting me to be this way. and I have to put myself down. I have to be submissive, and I have to just eat humble pie, and I have to just look in this corner, and this is the box that I need to be in, and then people are happy. And it is when we deny parts of ourselves and we box it in, it is where our soul starts dying, or it feels like our soul's dying. Parts of us is dying. And how I describe it to people is that imagine you are a plant. And what plant would you identify yourself with? And then what environment does that plant need? And we are, as individuals, as plants are, but we also, as plants, are living creatures, organisms that are influenced by the environment. So too are we influenced by our environment. You can't just put people in a dark box and all huddle together and say, okay, you must be happy and you must perform like crazy. It's like some of us need people, some of us don't need so many people. Some of us are sensitive to the energies, others are not so sensitive to the energies. Some needs more outdoors and more fresh light. Some just need the light, not necessarily the direct sunlight. Some needs lots of nurturing and nurturing energies, and others are self-sustained. So it is to see, have you placed yourself in an environment that you are flourishing and flowering and growing and developing and just having a wonderful time? Or have you placed yourself in an environment where it just feels like at the core you are dying? And it is to see, okay, so what is it? And that's why I said, know yourself. What is it? What environment is it that you need to grow and develop? For me, for instance, I need to be surrounded by nature as much as possible. I need to see far. I need to be able to breathe in fresh air. I need to be able to walk barefoot at my place. I need to play gentle music, play my tunes that changes the vibration. I need to have my crystals. I need to see just beauty. And then I am thriving. I can do so much because my spirit is free to express and experience itself in the environment. There's no restrictions. So I need to see space. Even if I don't have space, I create space. And beauty, love beauty. So, especially beautiful nature. So my soul dies in a concrete jungle where I am just placed in a cubicle and I can not play music, and where the energies are dense and where the people are toxic, and where that's not my happy place. But different environments, as for plants, some can be in the office, so some can't be in the office. Some must be outdoors, some can be indoors. Some needs lots of water, some don't. So it doesn't necessarily matter what it is. It is to know yourself and then see how can you place yourself in those environments where you can start opening up and growing and flowering. Because there's so much of us that we need to express and experience in this world. And mostly our highest potentials comes from that which comes naturally to us. It is our gifts and abilities is something that's inherent. It's just comes so easily. And it's usually those parts that we deny and that we think, no, it's not good enough. Other people can do it also, but if there's something that you do well that others struggle with, and it's to do more of that. And many a time I find that our greatest gifts are sometimes misidentified and most probably even denied and seen as bad. It's like growing up, I've always been extremely sensitive. And parents or sibling will say, you're so sensitive. You shouldn't be so sensitive, because I'll be crying or I'll be feeling the emotions that they're expressing, and it will just tear me up inside. I then saw my emotions and my sensitivity as a negative, and I thought, oh, okay, so that is what people don't want. So how must I change so that they will be more comfortable by my sensitivity? My sensitivity is bad, and I mustn't be so sensitive, and I wish I wasn't. Until one day I woke up and I realized, oh, wow, my sensitivity is my greatest gift. And how can I best use it? And that is what makes me the intuitive empath healer that I am today. It's because of my sensitivity, I can sense what people are feeling. I know exactly. It's like been there, done that. What did I do to shift it within me? Oh, okay, I did this. And I give them the advice. And then they get to experience life differently by seeing that that which they thought bad is actually a good thing. Because when we can transmute those aspects, we can really, really, really grow and start experiencing life totally different. So as humanity, we're just still scratching the surface. We haven't even gotten into the stuff that we are made of, because ultimately we are multidimensional beings. And that might sound like a foreign concept to you, but there's more to you than meets the eye. And as I've taken people through journeys and their personal development and spiritual development has grown together, they have surprised themselves in all that is within them. And it is when you venture into the internal journeys that you can go, and you start remembering who you are and why you came here, as I had to be able to help others. You can bring all those puzzle pieces that you gain from those experiences and see, okay, so this is who I am. Okay, this is, now I remember why I came here. And you start to explore and experience, okay, so how can I apply myself today? Okay, I can teach people this. I can heal people from this. I can inspire people. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. There's so many opportunities available to us. But it's like while we're in denial and we've got the blinkers on, we say, I don't know, and I've got no idea, and all that. And you prevent yourself from exploring those options. So it is to start giving yourself permission to look and feel and remember. And when you do, your search is rewarded. If you don't have somebody that can help you, search, ask. There's always people. A great teacher is one not that holds your hand and takes you through the door. A great teacher is one that shows you, hey, there's a door, and you walk through it. Because ultimately we have to take responsibility for ourselves. We have to walk our talk. We have to take the steps. Some will come for a healing and say, oh, but I've been for a healing and nothing has happened. If you do nothing, if you don't change your belief systems and you don't change your energies and thought forms and limitations that you've placed upon yourself, your mental patterns, your emotional responses, if you don't become the change that you're looking for, nobody can do that for you. It is in this current age and the new age that we are in, we have to take responsibility for that. We have to remember that we are co-creators with spirit, and when we walk into the direction that we get guided to intuitively, when you start listening to the intuitive promptings that's always there, then you get to start exploring this and see, oh, okay, I can do this. Oh, I can do this as well. Oh, I'm quite good at this. And you will surprise yourself in all that you actually can do when you just step out of that comfort box, that which other people have placed you in. So we tend to be our authentic selves as children, and then other certain woundings we think, oh, that's not good enough, so I need to add stuff, and people take stuff away, and then you get distorted, and you're not necessarily your authentic self. You are a copy of somebody else or pieces of others that you think is going to make you happy, and that tends to not make you happy. And people tend to also not like this person that you become. So it is when we take away all that is not ours and place back, regain those parts of us that we've given away, or that that's a bad aspect. I shut that out. I'm not this, I'm not that. And we just reintegrate those parts of us, and we become whole and our authentic selves. Then we get to fit in. Up to that stage, we feel like a misfit, the round peg in a square hole, or vice versa, or a fish out of water, or we just don't feel like we fit in. And that feeling is important because it's indicative that something is missing. And most of the times when you feel that something is missing, the thing that's missing is you. Your true authentic nature to shine through, you to become happy. Imagine a world where everybody does what they are passionate about, and they do it to excellence. The teachers love teaching, and they are good at communicating certain principles onto the children, and help them see and identify their potentials and nurture that and make that grow. This child is good at that and make them excel in that. This child is good at that and make them excel in that. Not make them feel not good enough because they're bad at maths, or they are not good enough because they're not an all-rounder, or they are not good in sports. It's not to create those limitations within them. It is to see where is their talent and build that up, so that they can reach their highest and greatest potential. So there's a lot of responsibilities for each of us, but we need to first start with ourselves. Take responsibility for what you feel about yourself, what you think about yourself, what's your perception about you and your life, what are you allowing your options to be? Because a lot of times when clients come to see me, they say, I feel all these blockages. And 99.999%, it is we blocking ourselves. It is the belief systems that we hold that 1, 2, 3, I block myself. And when you release that belief systems, you can grow and you can change. So this lockdown period has been a very good time for us. It is a humanity's wake-up call, reset button, and for us to have done introspection. Look at how things have been done, what are we taking forward, and what we're leaving behind. It has been a period of cleansing and letting go of all that has been heavy, keeps us down, keeps us held back, keeps us reserved, keeps us from venturing out. So there's a lot of, there's been relationships letting go of, a cleansing, purifying, detoxing, shedding. There's been the friends changes at work perhaps, or realize that you're not doing the job that brings you fulfillment and satisfaction, or realizing, hey, I actually love working from home, or realizing, hey, I actually love having people around me. So it is to look at what has been working and what hasn't been working, and it's for us to start making those steps of changes towards that which we would like to create. And it is to open up, see where we can remember and recapture those aspects of ourselves. What does our picture look like? It's an example that I give to my clients. Sometimes I say, the mistake that we tend to make in the past is that we all are given a blank canvas at birth, and as we grow up, we get taught that others knows best, and their life is pretty or happy or whatever, and we give our crayons to each of them and say, how must my life be? And they start scribbling on your canvas, and they do a picture of what they think is going to make you happy, and tend to look back and think, but this ain't making me happy. This is not what I want. And it's then for you to take your crayons back from each of those individuals that you loved and adored and respected their opinions, and clear your slate again, because at any stage we can start afresh, get a blank canvas again and say, okay, you know what makes me happy is I need nature, yeah, and I need crystals, yeah, or I need people, yeah, and I need some space, yeah, and I need some free time, and I need some me time, and I need some interaction time, and all that you need. But it's then making the picture, and that's what the vision boards is usually good for you to start glimpsing, but not necessarily wanting what others want, wanting what you want, really want, that which will actually make a difference. We tend to think that possessions, we have all these possessions, that we will be happy, but sometimes they can create stress or heaviness, or they are attached to memories or experiences or whatever it is. So it's to see, does what you have serve you? If not, let it go. And what will be serving you for your future journey? It might be that you have to downsize, to resize, to upsize, to whatever it is, but it's what changes needs to take place. It's people tend to do things for their family and do things for others, and then look back and say, oh, but what about me? What about my well-being? And it is for you to take responsibility for your well-being. It's for you to start taking care of your needs and listen to yourself. Your body usually tells you if you're happy or not. If you have any ailments, it is the body telling you something is out of alignment and something is out of balance, and you're holding on to toxic energies. And it's to let that go. It's to start listening so that you don't end up on antidepressants or having a nervous breakdown or anything like that, because you don't listen to yourself. It is start listening, start doing the internal work, and start doing what comes naturally to you. We don't have to usually, what we need to do is not something that we get taught. It just comes from innate. It is what comes naturally. We love doing it. And it's people don't tend to listen to themselves. So when I sit with them, they will think about, oh, I don't know, but then they'll tell me their story, and I'll see where the heaviness is created, and the shoulders dropping, and where the lightness and excitement is, and people don't tend to follow that. Or they think, no, I can't do this because it's too easy. And they say, our ego complicates and our soul simplifies. So it's to listen to the soul. Listen to yourself, regain your self-esteem, your self-image, and start exploring the options. Start exploring and venturing out. So I hope that this has helped you in any way. Look forward to connecting you again, and wishing you a beautiful journey as you take each step each day in attaining your highest and greatest human potential. Bye for now.